Well, you're driving on the highway, your windshield gets dirty, you go to clean off your windshield and you're out of fluid. No big deal, you just change it out, not a problem. The other thing though is antifreeze, and I'm here with Mark Ondition, the owner of Luzerne Tire. Mark, tell me, antifreeze is something that you can't wait till it gets low because it's very important that you have it filled at all times.
Exactly. In most cases, if it's low, there's a light in the car that'll tell you it's low. Check it. And usually, when you take it to a reputable service center, they check it to make sure it's full. And then we use this little gauge called the hydrometer. And mostly before the bad weather comes in, we take a sample of the antifreeze to make sure that it's good for the extreme cold weather. In most cases, all cars, if they're good, it's about minus 35 degrees that it won't freeze over. And it's really, really important in the winter to make sure it's full and strong.
And this is something that you don't necessarily have to bring it into a garage to get it fixed. You could do it on your own. So if you wanted to go about doing that, kind of how would you do it? Where would you pick up the supplies for and all that?
For the antifreeze, you could pick up one of these hydrometers at any auto parts store. Under your hood, it's always marked engine coolant. Of course, make sure the car is cold. You could remove the cap off the overflow bottle, drop that in there and do a sample. And if it's under 35, minus 35 degrees, you're good. If it's close to zero, I advise to drain it and have it replaced. That's pretty much it. It's not that hard.
But a big thing is the windshield wiper fluid and the antifreeze are right next to each other, so it's very important that you don't screw that up.
Yeah, usually they're clearly marked and labeled. One will say engine coolant, one will say washer fluid, or it'll have the icon. Washer fluid's typically blue, the lid is typically blue. Antifreeze, there's multi-colors of antifreeze or engine coolant, so you got to make sure it says engine coolant on there. If not, always go back to the owner's manual in the car, and it'll tell you where it is.
And if you decided that you wanted to do it by yourself, how exactly? It's pretty easy, right? You just lift open the lid and you pour it in, right? It's that simple, right?
Exactly. Just make sure, again, the owner's manual is the best reference. If you want to do it yourself, it's there. And it's pretty simple. It's not hard.
And if you are worried that you can't do it, you're worried you're going to mix it up, you're just not comfortable, maybe it's an older car, the labels are, worn off or something, they can bring it right here to Luzerne Tire and you guys will fix it for them, right?
Yes, we'll fix it. Checking it, we always check. We can check anything for free. We don't charge for every single thing. It's real simple. Takes us 5 minutes most cases to check. Washer fluid and antifreeze.
Well, hey, Mark, thank you for your time, and thank you for, obviously, all the helpful hints that you've been giving us. Mark's not done yet. He's back for one more segment here, and continue to keep watching SSPTV News.